There we go. It took me forever to find the right screen. Hey, everybody. It's great to be here again. We've got our Wednesday Pokopia screen. My work area is still littered with the remnants of our last Sunday build, which we had a really great time on that, actually. But here we are. It's Pokopia time. This is what we've got in mind. So we've had a couple of really great Pokopia streams lately where we've just been working through the story. And like I said, I feel a great deal of confidence that I just kind of know what's going on with this game now, which makes it a lot easier to go through it. So I don't want to be up all night, but we're coming in. We're going to do a great thing today. So our main goal is we're going to the Sparkling Skylands. We're going to the last currently released Pokopia zone. It's July 15th. Did the new update drop today? Hold on. Pokopia DLC update release date is August 6th. So we got some time. So we're actually totally cool. Offers a brand new underwater town. All right. Well, it's not August 6th today, so this is great for us because we are going to do the last zone. And before we go into there, of course, we're going to finish off our stream from last time showing off our environment level 10 Rocky Ridges that took just two days. Although I must say it was 2 days of pretty intense playing. I think I was on for like, gosh, 6, 7, 8 hours yesterday and also Monday, which is like totally not what I should be doing. But hey, we got to have a fun time. So, number one, show off our Rocky Ridges a little bit. Number two, we've got just a little something to show off in Pallet Town. And three, but last, we're going to head on in and we're going to finish out this story. And then I think at some point we're going to get called back to the first area to finish off the team initiation challenge that has been teasing us since the very beginning of the game. Oh, and I forgot something else very important that unlocks at a certain point in the game. So we've got a couple of things we're going to knock out before Sparkling Skylands. What we're not going to do is our dailies, because just like on Sunday, we sort of preloaded that, so we didn't have to go in and do so. So without any further ado, here we are in Rocky Ridges. You can see here we're sharing a house with Steelix, who's a big boy. What do you got? Who says his home is downright pleasant these days, I do declare. Thank you kindly, Ditto. Does he want anything? He still wants another decoration, but actually, I think we're going to give that to him. So, right off the bat, we've got this little house for Steelix. Shiny. Got to get the shiny, I think my inventory is probably pretty cluttered, too, but that's all right. Hey, that is actually our first gray hut kit. I think this is a gray hut here. So it's actually not prefab. If you look inside this place, I don't load and spawn into another zone when I open this up. It's a place, it's sort of open and you can put furniture in it. So basically what this is since it's destructible, you put a certain number of inputs in and out you get this whole set of blocks. So it's a way to convert things into like these blocks and you can pick all this up. It's kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and get this Haunch Crow here who also wants to come in and talk on the singing stage. Huh. Haunch Crow used to have followers? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that, yeah, 100 of its Murkrow cronies. I remember that the Heart Gold and Soul Silver Pokédex talks about Haunch Crow being a Pokemon who has a bunch of Murkrow who follow it around. And on that note, let's see if we've got anybody else loitering about. So we'll check out our security cameras here. And again, this is just the natural continuation of where we were last episode, where we were with the Rocky Ridges. So right here, we're waiting for Golduck, who hasn't appeared yet. Unless that's Golduck right there. So we actually better go knock that out. And Pupitar. Let's go see. I've learned a lot more about the abilities that we've got here. That's right, you can zoom with Graveler, which is super nice. Undo transformation. And that looks like a Golduck, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible. We got these hot spring showers, which is funny because those and this hot spring fishing rod over there were some of the earliest recipes we got in this game where we kind of knew, like, okay, we're not going to be getting to that one for a while. I've still actually never used search with any Pokemon. Hopefully it's not important. Anyway, the hot springs fishing was actually the recipe for lambre, which is super cool. So again, we're going through our cameras here. This camera is actually done. And this one might be done. Lots of honey there. This one, I think, now is done. I can't... No, I think actually Dartrix is maybe here. Or, not Dartrix, Decidui. This camera is done. And we'll talk about this camera in a little bit. So let's go get some of the honey from over there. And again, what we're doing right now is we're basically showing the natural continuation of where we left off last, when we were previously building Rocky Ridges. You'll also notice something that I'm not talking about yet. So one of the cute things that I've done, you see a Pokemon zooming by. So the game gave me a very helpful tooltip that if you set up 2 of those open-shut gates, which are also an environment, by the way, and I'm still waiting on a rare Pokemon here, that your Pokemon will go in and play with them, which I think is super neat. There goes Lucario, another one. I'm just going to go ahead and put this iron ore in here. And I think there's one over here, too. And the reason for that, this is the very first thing that we're going to do, and the last thing I was thinking about last night, is we are going into our furniture, and we're going to our luxury furniture. I think it's called luxury? Yeah, luxury, and I'm missing the luxury table. I'm not ready to make the Magikarp decoration quite yet. Here is our environment level 10, by the way. You can see we've got just 4 Pokemon at Awesome this time. A lot of Pokemon at Great, and just an absolute ton of Pokemon at Nice. And then Larvesta over there is Iffy, which is kind of interesting. Actually, it's nice to see my Ditto up with a nice environment level after undervaluing Ditto. And this is exactly what I'm talking about here, is in each area I've set kind of a theme for the houses. So here, my house was Steelix. You can see I've gone for the luxury furniture. Oh, am I out of? No, I'm not out of. This is great. I think that kind of looks okay right there. So a table is relaxation. A table is neither relaxation nor decoration. I said this is one of those blind spots in Pokopia that tables don't really count as anything. Hey, Steelix. Look at Steelix is bobbing his head to me. So that's not going to make Steelix... Well, it might make him happier, but it won't meet his need for another decoration. But in Rocky Ridges here, the theme was those luxury items. In Withered Wastelands, we've seen a couple times my theme is the Jirachi house, which I actually share with Litwick. In Bleak Beach, the theme... We're actually going to head to Bleak Beach in a little bit, so we'll see that the theme is Beachside Resort, which is super fun. And in Legendary Solitude, I talked about we were making Umbreon super happy with the cute items, which is really funny because the cute items are, they're these super pink, fluffy little things, and Umbreon is, you know, cute little goth kitty cat. So it's cute to see Umbreon snuggling up against all the pink things. But also, we actually had to make all those pink things anyway because we needed Blissey. That's how you spawn Blissey, who is a super nice endgame Pokemon that we were able to get over here. So we've already done our dailies. You see we got some learned recipes. What I'm coming down here for, actually, there's still a lot that I haven't purchased yet. I'm here for this Moonlight Dance statue, which is going to be the only way we're going to spawn Clefable. When we started our stream for Rocky Ridges, I talked about a pretty impressive achievement of having basically every single Pokemon that it was possible for me to unlock at that time. In Rocky Ridges here, we're not quite as complete as that. We've still got a couple that need to spawn in, but we're doing a pretty good job, so I'm feeling pretty okay about it. I'm waiting for 1 office locker so that I can spawn Cinderace. And then I'm waiting for our Canine to spawn over here. There's a couple others, but you can see we're waiting for our rare I don't remember what this Pokemon's name is. Roly-Poly, Carkol, Gigantamax, Gigacar, Gigachadcar, Colossal. Its name is Colossal. Look at that. I got it eventually. But this bronze landmark should be pretty easy. So we need 4 hedges of any kind. the Moonlight statue, and a sign. And I think that we've got a great spot for this right over here. So I know I'm going to need to gather those hedges when we go to Rocky Ridges. But in the meantime, let's see what we're actually going to need to make this. And as expected, it's iron ingots, copper ingots, and stone, all of which we'll be able to grab. Now, something that was vexing me the entire time we played through Rocky Ridges, over here in the smelting furnace, you can actually make glass by putting in this volcanic ash that you get like absolutely crazy while you're wandering around this zone. I mean, I had stacks upon stacks upon stacks of volcanic ash, and I haven't even gotten the replacement ability yet. But nobody told me this. So there's all these recipes, including this hut right here that we rebuilt that is a prefab recipe that's laying out in the world when you zone into Rocky Ridges. And I was like, although I went through the entire stream not being able to finish that, or also to finish something else, because I was like, I don't have any glass. So that's how you make glass. So I'm able to show that off now. Okay, office shelf, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these office lockers. There's some more glass that we've got. There's a glass window. Yeah, there are some recipes that just show up at the most surprising and unexpected times. So when we started the last stream, basically the one book... Yeah, it's nice that they give you a use for it, but there was no tutorialization about it at all. And, like, I feel like almost everything else you've had the ability to... Like, they told you. But this glass they didn't tell you about. And then the other cute thing was the gold ore. Like, I used that gold ingot to make that luxury item. They didn't even... I didn't even realize... I mean, that one was less important, but it just really surprised me. I was like, wow, I can't believe they didn't tutorialize that a little bit. But anyway, now I've got a small but non-zero stockpile of glass. So we're going to set up those two environments, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what I've actually done with Rocky Ridges here. So our Clefable statue, stones, copper ingot, iron ingot. Didn't we just make a ton of iron ingots? Or maybe we just put... I guess they're over there. Raboot is working on them. So we'll gather a little bit of copper, and we'll gather a little bit of stone. We've actually probably got both of those materials in our main zone. So that's basically fine. So just setting up those two environments. Yeah, right? That's basically exactly how I found it, too. I had given up on figuring out how to make glass. Or rather, I'd actually looked it up, and I'd seen that, that you needed sand. And I was like, well, I've got sand. I've got like 6 sand blocks, so I went in to put those in finally, and I saw that I could have been using my volcanic ash the entire time. Also, it takes a long time, so that was kind of annoying also. Again, trying to set this up. This is Riolu's home. Strength blocks, Wigglytuff. Keep immediately opening this up and forgetting what I'm doing here. Also, for anybody who's watching live, I really appreciate you guys. I also really appreciate everybody who's been tuning into the streams after the fact. It's been nice to see you guys enjoying those and commenting, even if it's later on. So, okay, the 4 hedges, which we actually, these hedges are hidden behind the museum. So we'll go gather those in the middle of our adventure today. And then that sign, there's actually, while it's very easy to make a sign, there's also one right up there. Although, you know what, we've got all the lumber in the world. We have an automated lumber farm, so we can just go quickly whip up a sign pretty easily. There it is. So yeah, it's just one piece of lumber. That's pretty straightforward. And then for Cinder Ace, we want a long bench, which is also just one piece of lumber. Very easy. Furniture. Yeah, if I could literally only make one update to this game, I want to see tables categorized as something. I want to see tables, I mean, call them table, call them console, call them, like, there's something you can call them. Here's the potted plant for Cinder Ace. That's great, too. Not Cinder Ace. No, it is Cinder Ace, isn't it? Now, the only problem with this is, I have torn apart so much of this environment to make... I went a little over-enthusiastic in all the red grass here. That's fine. This one. We want this one here. Back here for Clefable, we want the sign goes like this. We're not going to finish those today, but again, I'm just setting them up. And then you needed, I think it's, I mean, I know they don't have to be exactly the same way, but it's useful to kind of keep track of where you're going. So it was 2 locker rooms. The potted plant can kind of be, you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to do it like this. This is actually kind of a pretty weird environment. One of the things I'm proud of, and something that we're going to talk about when I do probably the first video after finishing the story in a couple of days, is that I've gone through this entire thing, including getting Leafy on between streams, which requires having a bunch of different types of flowers. I've done this whole game without using any rare Pokemetal to copy anything or get items that I didn't previously have. And I feel like that's actually kind of a bit of an accomplishment. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so we put everything except our other office habitat here. We need to get some materials here. So the last thing I want to talk about with Rocky Ridges is that I went ahead and connected this entire map with Railcar, and it's super cool. So we're going to show that off as a clip, and then we'll talk about sort of what that actually meant. And along the way, we'll gather our hedges. You ready? And that, folks, is the tour. Now, if you haven't played Pokopia, you're probably like, all right, that's pretty cool. If you have played Pokopia, you might be like, huh, I mean, that's neat and all, but like, what exactly did you do to make this so long? So here's the secret while I go ahead and check, because I thought I saw somebody back here again. I guess I can use my security cameras. We'll actually go in reverse for a second here because, okay, everybody seems to be fine. We'll go in reverse because I want to pick up those hedges that were beside the museum that we talked about. So what actually just happened then? Here's the thing. In Rocky Ridges, they give you... What you don't realize is that the minecarts, the tracks that they have out here, they are basically 2 loops that are not connected. So there's one little square that starts here and it goes in, and it ends here and it goes in. So there's one little inner square that goes through the sauna and some of the mine. And then there's a whole nother implied square that's here that it's implied to go further down that way straight. And it goes down this way back towards the museum vaguely, but not very directly. So if you're trying to connect 1.5 squares, it's not going to work. Like, you look for an intersection point, but it's basically like trying to connect 2 cords into the same wall outlet. I'm kind of squinting because that's a weird little metaphor there, but it's actually kind of accurate. What you really need to do is you need to make them into 2 complete loops, and then you set them up side by side, like here's one and here's one, and you break them off and you connect them at 2 different points. So those 2 squares start to overlap like a Venn diagram, and then you cut out the middle and you make one larger loop. But to do that, you have to first finish the larger loop, the 1/2 that Pokopia gives you. So what I did was I took it back this way, and then I had it loop back through Greedent's area, through the copper mine, through the starting areas and the party zone, and then finally back to the museum. So actually, where did it go? Got to find my missing mine card once again, which I think is back here. Nope. Oh yeah, it's back there. So yeah, all I did was the connecting is actually the last part. Like I said, the first part, or the more important part, is actually just finishing this loop that we're on right now, which started out as basically just an L shape. And I had to turn that L shape into a square. And then once you have 2 squares, it's not crazy hard to connect the 2 squares. So I liked it, because I really wanted the minecart track to encompass this lava area, that cool starry mine, and of course, like, the museum. I mean, the museum is so cool. There's so much to see there. So we'll actually is this going to go left? Yeah, we don't want to go left. So we're going to hop out. We're going to come over here, and we're going to get those hedges that we need for the Wigglytuff statue. And then we'll go on to our next objective for today. See all those hedges? Yeah. Perfect. This one is called Square Plant, but it's actually a hedge. I know because I've been watching for this item, again, since basically the very beginning of the game. There's 4 of them. Actually, if I got another 4, it would help me make a particular environment. But let's take these 4. They don't really matter over here. And when I say make another environment, I'm talking about finishing one where I've already captured the Pokemon from alternate methods, but just haven't actually made the environment, which is, I think, 4 of these on a bench. But I digress. Okay. That does it for what we need to do. How's it going, Hoth? That basically does it for what we need to do here in Rocky Ridges. So we're going to pick that up, and we are going to load into our next zone of the night, which is going to be Bleak Beach. So we'll talk about whether I plan to put any tracks down in a second here when we get to the Legendary Island, the Pallet Town. So here's my little house in Bleak Beach, which I share with your friend and mine, Pikachu. I got a great picture a little while ago of Pikachu and Pikachu interacting. There's Piki. Hey, how's it going? How's your comfort level? You have a toy. Oh, actually, I think I stole their toy. Do I have any shovels left in my inventory? No, you can't have my Magby statue. That's my portable fire source, so I kind of need that. Again, we're not waiting for any Pokemon here. Actually, I forgot that I actually wanted to move Rowlet to Bleak Beach so the family can be together. So let's take Rowlet with us. Sometimes, when you're in a zone like Bleak Beach, some of the story Pokemon, like obviously Moslax can't move, but you know there's other story Pokemon like Pikachu, Trubbish, etc. And sometimes you'll go to take them to another zone, like I'm about to do with Rowlet here, and they'll say, hey, I can't leave with you, I have unfinished business here. Which is easy when you're looking at the requests. Let's look at the requests for Withered Wasteland or whatever. It's easy when you're looking at the requests and something shows up here. Like when I tried to leave Rocky Ridges before I gave a nice house to Chef Dente, it said right here, basically, give Chef Dente a house, and if you don't, he won't leave Rocky Ridges with you. But there's 2 Pokemon that wouldn't leave their zones, but they didn't have anything on this screen. And one of them is Pichu, who is in Withered Wasteland, and the other one is Piplup. And as you can see, because I accidentally started the very beginning of it, when I finished Rocky Ridges, and I actually think some of you guys were trying to tell me this like a week ago, which is totally fine. When I finished Rocky Ridges, I came back here, and suddenly Piplup had a story dialogue box around it. So I talked to Piplup, and Piplup said, follow me over here. Piplup took me over to here, where you can see Piplup is looking at this place and going, wouldn't it be nice if we had a waterfall? But I don't know how to move water. But guess what? I'd sure love a waterfall here, but first we need to find a Pokemon who can store lots of water in their body, then ask how they do that. And again, we couldn't activate this when we first finished Greek Beach. Piplup just wouldn't leave and wouldn't explain to us why. I also think Happiny is somehow locked with not leaving behind this quest, but maybe we'll find out why. So Piplup says, will you make this environment for me, please? So here's the environment. It's marshy tall grass. And it's obviously Wooper and Quagsire. I'm not sure whether it's Wooper from Johto or Wooper from Paldea, but we're going to find out. So we'll go ahead and make 2 of these. Look at Rowlet. And I know it's only going to take a moment for those to cook, so while we're waiting, let's go drop off Rowlet in Rocky Ridges, because the rest of Rowlet's family was part of the story here. And when we come back, we should be able to advance this Piplup water-moving quest that we... Oh, you might be right about that. Oh, well, let's ditch the Rowlet. And so what I should have done is I should have had Piplup follow us so we could see how it gives that message about, hey, I've got unfinished business here, but that's okay. This is basically totally fine. Here's our home with Steelix. And I really love this one. I just really love this one. It's simple, but I love it. I actually like all of my houses. I like the resort house. I wish I could place one more decoration in the resort house, but it has a really small limit. So let's see. I think over here is where Decidueye is going to spawn. Is that tree right there that was really challenging to find a tree that had a rock by it. But let's put Rowlet here in this one. Hey, Kit Kat. All right, great. And we immediately are heading straight back to Blue Beach. So we get to see the resort home again. Pikachu. Alright, so we're going back to spawns for the previous zone. See, like, a lot of these, like this, like, I haven't built the environment yet, but I've got all the Pokemon, so we're basically caught up. This one is one, that's another, I can't actually build this yet, but I've got all the Pokemon anyway, because we love Trash Can Central. So, we're basically good. Where is it? This one. They do need to be by muddy water, so I better make sure that those are backed up against that muddy water, and then we'll just wait for a second, because we're totally good. Hey. Sea glass fragments. I had to go through... I thought I would never be done with my sea glass fragments, my seashells, etc., but actually we had to go through all of them. It was crazy. Yeah, this is not the habitat that we're looking for. But if I remember correctly, there's muddy water in this map. Like right over here or something. Oh yeah, there it is. And the reason, okay, so the reason why, one of the reasons why they make you wait before you can use this. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. I was going to say I thought you might need to upgrade your leafage with a salad before you could pull grass out of those blocks, but that was incorrect. Yes, yes. Next. Do I have plans to put tracks in the rest of the places? Not in Withered Wastelands or Bleak Beach. Bleak Beach, my plan is to make sure that the road is kind of repaired everywhere. And Withered Wastelands, I don't really have a plan for it yet. But we'll see if the... So I mentioned that the last two Pokemon that won't leave are Piplup and Pichu. So I think that we'll see what Pichu has to do because it's suggesting to me that there's actually more to do in that map. Maybe we come back around to our starting area just to finish up the game, which would be a very video gamey thing to do. I am thinking about putting in some tracks on, what do you call it? My pallet town. But I actually put some down for one of my areas that we're going to look at once we finish this Piplup quest, and I didn't really like how it looked, so we'll have to come back to that and see what we think. And then in terms of starting the Pichu quest, to get to the team initiation challenge, which I can only assume is what Pichu is waiting on, I need all the vegetables, and I do not have potatoes yet. I think I have a couple of potatoes. So again, we're going to talk about the fact that I've gotten this far without printing anything or stealing anything. And I actually got potatoes from some Pokemon being happy. They gave me a little preview to keep me moving. But I don't think they've grown yet, so I don't know. We'll come back and take a look at those. In fact, I can't even remember if I planted the potatoes. I think they're in my pallet town, so maybe in a second when we visit my pallet town, if we finally have potatoes, we'll be good to go. But even if we don't, presumably they're going to be growing in the wild in the Sparkling Skylands, just like wheat was in the Rocky Ridges, etc., etc., etc. Right, so now, basically good. We're just going to hang out until we get that. I love the rain everywhere. Kind of thought this would actually look good. Burn another security camera. So the problem with that location is you can't actually see... Ah, there it is. It is a Paldean Wooper, which means instead of Quagsire, we're going to get Clodsire. That's kind of fun. I think, and Paldean Wooper is actually poisonous. I wonder who it lost the territorial struggle to in Paldea. I don't remember. Hahaha. Guess what? I've already done this. I sure do. It's true. Ditto and Wooper do kind of have similar... Yeah, there we go. Press ZR while holding Y. first hold down Y for items, and then add ZR. Whoa! Whoa! That really took a lot of water all of a sudden. And that's funny because it made... Aha. Okay, so I can... It's funny because it destroyed the marshy tall grass environment and then made more marshy tall grass. So in Minecraft terms, we would say that this is creating water sources, which is useful. All right, so that's Wooper, or Paldean Wooper. All right, they're good to go. That security camera will now start watching for Quagsire, which is cool. People love Quagsire. People love Quagsire. All right, Piplup. I think right up there is going to be a great spot. Try this again. Suck up items, suck up liquid. Wow, it takes up so much. Piplup and I had the same reaction. Yeah. Now the question is, will I successfully climb up this mountain without dumping my water everywhere? All right. And this right here looks like a great basin. But you know what, Pokopia? I can do you one even better. I'm going to put the water right here. There. Oh, and I'm actually not done with my water yet, so here's some more. Wait, how much water do I have? That's fine. We can suck it down. See if Piplup's happy about that. You completed Piplup's request. So now, let's see, is Piplup going to jump in there? I need to make it like a diving board. I haven't seen a diving board yet, but seems pretty happy. Seems very happy. And this is going to be helpful because this could help us move liquids around. Except for probably lava, which tends to make Ditto black out. What am I looking for? I'm looking into the requests to make sure... Aha! Ah! Aha! 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 I knew this was tied to Happini somehow. It's also apparently tied to Torchic. That's kind of surprising. Here I was just going to go in to show that the quest is done and that presumably... Where'd Piplup go? Yo, Piplup just... Yo, Piplup. Oh, wait, there's a little crawl space back here. Piplup. I don't want to drown finding you, but... Seriously, where did that little penguin go? Wait, I hear somebody. Ah, there they went. So I found you. You guys are becoming friends. You're having ideas. All right, that's very exciting for you and all, but just for my peace of mind, let me go ahead and double check. We're going to go back to the bleak beach habitats. We want to find the marshy water, and I just want to check. Okay, so there's no special weather conditions or anything on that Quagsire, so I bet we'll probably get that guy pretty soon, especially in the rain here. Yeah, it might be nice to clean up this town. I don't know why. I just had such an overwhelming desire to finish those rail cart tracks that I just was like, all right, here goes 14 hours of my life. Here's Torchic. Oh no. Okay, okay, a hot spring. Yes, I've already, we just started off the stream showing that I'd already made this one. But if we hadn't, then we were about to get Psyduck here. So we need hot spring water. Alright, this is going to be straightforward. We have loads of vending machines. Wait, are you telling me these vending machines are actually a real prop you can interact with? Also, we want Piplup to follow us because, again, kind of proving the point here about, like, not getting... Also, you see Blaziken back there. That took a while to get. Well, that vending machine's not powered on at this point. Everybody's like, what's happening? Wait, that's cool. Okay, if you take a sip and spit it out, it becomes seawater. I don't think I want seawater. What'd you need again? You need really warm water. No! This is unacceptable. I need Pikachu. So apparently, on the bright side, in the apocalypse, vending machines are free, but they only have enough remaining electricity to spit out 1 drink per day. You know, everything in life is a trade-off, so that's fair, I guess. I was like, do I even remember what the button is to clean up mud? I guess I do. This is giving Mystery Dungeon here. I've got 3 starter Pokemon, Piplup, Torchic, and Pikachu all following me to knock out this quest. How have we been on for 42 minutes already? That seems impossible. Alright, Pikachu. I need to plunder this vending machine. By the way, with these items, what you need to do is you need to look at the item yourself. I've been like... Yeah, get back up here, buddy. Alright, time to gamble. Moo Moo Milk Coffee. Is this muddy water? Yep. Chili sauce. Love. What? Guys, we need more vending machines. Minchino here. So this was a Pokemon we actually didn't have when we started the Rocky Ridges episode because we needed a dresser. And it took a really, really long time to unlock a dresser recipe. I think we were at like level 8 or 9 in Rocky Ridges, so that's like total game environment level 38 or 39, which is a lot. That's muddy water. Am I going to run out of vending machines? Heck. Heck. It would have been really nice if they would have locked the first vending machine output that you got to be whichever one you're actually supposed to need here. That would have been a really nice courtesy. I mean, in theory, I've got a ton of vending machines packed away in Pallet Town, but I was trying to use the ones that are already available in my environment. But I don't think that I'm going to get away with that, so... Well, okay. Sorry, Torchic. So I'm going to do something I don't usually do here, and we are going to go to tomorrow, which is fine because we actually need to do that for Pallet Town anyway. I'm like, no, I'm not gambling on this. Actually, I think the reset is like actually at like 5 a.m. or something. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna get Mr. Rissetti here to be like, what are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. It's for the content. It's for the content. And we're going to lose that nice rain. Now we're never going to see Glodsire. Ugh. Okay, that's promising. All right. This is actually helpful for our next side quest, too. What's up, eggs? Oh, here's 2 of our 3 buddies. Torchic's like, oh, did you go somewhere? You mysteriously disappeared from the timeline, and now here you are again. Please, I can't handle any more rejection. Oh, I love Electivire there. I want to make, like, an old boys cafe for older Pokemon that talk like good old boys. Chief suspects, Electivire, Blastoise. Okay, I think this is what we were looking for. While we're at it, let's go ahead and get the other ones anyway. Okay, lots of muddy water. I don't think I need muddy water for anything. And I'm also thinking about is soda pop, seawater. Where's fresh water? Oh, it's probably fresh water, now that I think about it. In fact, I almost want to say, do I have fresh water in the inventory? I do have fresh water. Okay, so that's just regular water. So we got all our waters. Let's go ahead and use this vending machine one more time. These bubbles are still here from what's his name? I've received a lot of recipes to power up a lot of my foods. I don't think I've seen a recipe to power up water gun yet. I can't remember which recipe soup is. I've yet to make any soup. We never see Fire Bug. Okay, all they're giving me is muddy water, which is like, alright, cool. Anyway, what did Torchic want again? Dude, I've literally made this hot spring already. Why don't you come with me to... If I remember correctly, the recipe for shower actually needs iron ore, not iron ingots. Showa. I mean, is there even any iron ore in this map? Might not be. Clodsire? No Clodsire. Alright, everybody keep up. Iron ore? No iron ore. Alright, well, we tried. I don't think that was somebody's environment we just destroyed. I think it was just... Thanks a lot. What light is this? I don't think I have that light. Okay. Where can we randomly put a hot spring? This one, Empoleon. I can't remember if Empoleon's one of my good old boys, but I feel like this would be a fun place to... What's Piplup going to do? Reach into the basin and water? I also need a log chair, but I've got a log chair. Torchic, I made this environment twice. We literally showed it an hour ago. Not even an hour ago. 50 minutes ago. Hot spring, stool, water. Or shower, stool, water. Shower, stool, water. I'm going to go add a random hot spring in the back of the Pommy Pom Hot restaurant. Let's do that. This is fun. Wasn't there a hole over here? Yeah, there's a hole. So, can I pick this up? So we'll say shower. I mess this up, it's going to be really funny. Inhale. Spit out. Guess who just messed it up? It's fine. Foundation. I don't have that block. That's actually still the one. I'm trying to save time here, and it's not working for me, but that's okay. Probably need more hot spring whatever than that. Hot spring water times 2. There we go. Kind of quite possibly the strangest hot spring ever constructed in Pokopia. All right, so that takes care of Torchic. So now Torchic is ready to leave the map. I think we're done with Electabuzz as well. Let's split up. Actually, you know what? Out of an abundance of caution, we're going to keep Electabuzz. And I'm going to put this wood plank, this wood flooring, back where the original perimeter of the house was, for no good reason. All right, last but not least in this unexpected Piplup quest is Happiny, who has been over here all alone on the SSN, which we plundered off stream, for 20 plus hours of gameplay. And I just No, guys, this was not an invitation to jump after me. Please stay on. Please keep all hands and feet within the moving walkway until you have arrived at your destination. Now I'm out of Roserade tea anyway. I probably should have made some more and scooped it up, but oh well. Alright, so the Pokemon are going to have it. There's Happiny. So Happiny wants to fix something. Oh, I think I know what this is going to be. So on the bright side, we've already excavated the SSN. So again, like is often the case, we're not really going to have to do much else. Aw, Happiny wants a swimming pool. I think I can. Okay. Let's go ahead and plug this pool with limestone from the Rocky Ridges. I feel like, while it's not a match necessarily color-wise, that's going to be a nice, sturdy, stable block that's going to prevent this. How many do we need here? 5 more? It's going to prevent this from leaking and giving Happiny bad time. Again, no diving board block. It's pretty rare that I go around. Like, I saw somebody talking about how in Pokopia, actually, they did a really good job providing a huge array of decorations without actually having 2,000 bespoke decorations like Animal Crossing has. So this diving board is actually one of the first ones that I've kind of gone, you know, it would have been nice if they would have done that one. Yeah, I know you guys don't know how to get up here. It's okay. I'm coming back down for you. Okay. What more do you need, Happiny? I plugged the holes. I'm also just kind of curious how much water sources we get out of one water bottle. Can Ditto just create water by, like, parthenogenesis anyway? Turning all of these into water source blocks. Which is probably not necessary, but we'll test. Okay, it looks like this is unlimited. So we actually probably should have made some more Roserade tea that we could suck up in the future, but that's okay. think we're good. I think all of those have been turned into sources. All right, and that's Hapini. So Hapini will now follow us, whereas it would not follow us before. And let's check our requests to confirm that. Beautiful. No more unfinished requests in Bleak Beach, except, again, this team initiation. Oh, I don't need potatoes for this. Hang on. Hang on. All right, so what we're going to do here is going to seem... It may seem a bit cruel to the bystander. I actually want this. Yoink. Yeah, so, Hapini, I need you to fall off this cliff. Perfect. It's for your own good. After all this time, we're finally going to bring Hapini back to Chansey. Where's Piplup? I think Piplup got lost and gave up. Not the fastest egg in the egg drawer, are you? By the way, there's Snorlax. I don't think I have this picture yet. How's it going, Mosslax? Wow, everybody, wow, Pokemon have come literally from the other corner of the map to use the single 2 squares of Hot Spring over there. It's kind of funny. I actually really like Zubat in this game. Zubat's another cutie. Pretty sure Mareep is at maximum happiness and still calls me Ditto. Some of the Pokemon, when they really like you, they'll start calling you by your name. But a surprising amount of them also will not do that. So Chansey's here. So we're gonna put Hapini over here. Blip, 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 blip. Look at his little legs. Look at his little legs. Congratulations, Hapini. You've been rescued from the SS Anne. And we're now good to go. Lots of money. That's a nice print. We will time travel before we go to Sparkling Skylands, but after we do what we're going to do in Withered Wastelands. So again, I kind of had a question of like, how long was it going to be before we could do the team initiation challenge? Because I thought we needed potatoes, but I was wrong about that. So, happy to do that. And we're right at the 1 hour mark. We actually do not need to turn this list in at the moment. So, let's go to... I think we technically still have Torchic and maybe Piplup following us, but it's fine. So we're going off to Withered Wasteland. Here's our Withered Wasteland home. It's the Jirachi home. I feel we show that one a lot. I'm waiting to eventually put Chandelure in there. So let's go get Pichu, because as I said, I'm going out on a limb here that I think Pichu is who we need. So again, right now, just like with Piplup before, right now if we try to leave this zone with Pichu, it'll be like, hey, I've got unfinished business here. And again, as far as I can tell, the only unfinished business that Pichu could possibly have must be this team initiation challenge. So after 10 episodes and countless hours of Pokopia, Professor Tangrowth is all the way up there actually this time. Also we got Driftblim. There's Driftblim. Let's go check this out. So we've got this tower here. Wow, I haven't been over here in a long time. Looks like you completed part 2 of the team initiation challenge. I'm not a huge veggie fan myself, to be honest, but I know I've got to eat them to stay healthy, so I do it anyway. I mean, these ones are for the Pokemon, of course. Anyway, forget all that. Here's your reward. Go on, take it. So we get the Cascade-like badge. I would say you're less likely to get toothaches when you've got one of these. So those were the beginner level tasks, and a light turned on. Lumber, fluff, and paper. All right, so we need to go ahead and get... I don't know what Pichu is for. I'm not sure that we have 10 paper yet, so that might be something that gates us to Sparkling Skylands. But luckily we can check this anywhere. So let's go ahead and do the third part of what we're doing today, and it's time to check out Pallet Town. So first of all, here is our little home in Pallet Town. You can see we've got a lot of cute little things, although this kitchen is kind of cream colored, so it looks a little dirty compared to all this nice white pink stuff. So this is the house we share with Umbreon, and Umbreon just thinks this place is the bee's knees. There's Vileplume. I have a lot of my favorite Pokemon gathered here who are also very useful. So one of our endgame projects is going to be to repair this veggie field, but we haven't quite done so right now. We've been very busy with another project entirely. We're also going to put a tree farm here, and it gets a lot easier to do all that stuff now that we have the ability to move water. You can see we were able to collect over 11, 12 different types of flowers, which meant that we got Vaporeon? Leafeon? I forget. One of these two that were among the last ones we got. So the only evolution that we're missing here in Pallet Town at this point is going to be this one for Glaceon, and that requires these lifts, which I can only assume we're going to get from our final zone, Sparkling Skylands. So let's check and see if we can meet this yet. I only have 6 pieces of paper right now. So we're not going to be able to move forward in the Sparkling Skylands fight yet. Although, actually, why do I want to say... Hang on, let's look at this. So I think that I've actually got a Pokemon. What am I looking at? Let's reset our filters. Restore defaults. Confirm. And then let's go ahead and filter for in this area. Confirm. So here's the Pokemon I have in Pallet Town. There's a lot of useful Pokemon. Pokemon I want to interact with every day, like Vespiquen and Smeargle. A bunch of litterers, like Blissey, who drops rocks. Gimmighoul seems to help us in the end game. And you can see we've got Articuno here, so some of you are going to know exactly where this is going next. But what I'm actually looking for is a Pokemon with recycling. Garbodor can recycle. And I think if we want to get the rest of that paper, we need to feed Garbodor things like grubby newspapers. You can see my community box is an absolute hive of activity. There's some stones for our thing that we were working on in the Rocky Ridges. Thanks. I really didn't need you to hand me those. I could get them from the chest just fine, but I appreciate your efforts. Check if we have any copper ore here. 2. There's 2 iron ore to make another shower. Some copper ore and some copper ingots. We're running dangerously low on copper. And then we're going to go in here. You can see that we've set up our kitchen, so we can make all the things to power up our food. Here's that dresser. So this environment was for Minchino, and this dresser took a really long time to unlock. That's where I said I needed like total game environment level at almost 40 before that recipe finally showed up. I'm looking for decorations. This is what I'm looking for. Grubby newspaper. And grubby newspaper. Let's see if we can get... this is actually a gamble here, but let's see if we can get Garbodor to turn those into... paper for us. No. And no. Okay, so it's not grubby paper. Which I guess makes sense, because if it was grubby paper, that's actually a usable toy. Is it books? I think there's an item called waste paper. Oh, hey, I had 2 luxury tables just sitting around, so I didn't need to use precious gold ore on them. Let's try it out. I'm like, if I was me, I know that I've gotten some waste paper before. Is it in here? There it is. Okay, I have literally 1. So presumably that's going to give us like 2. Alright, so I think I need just 4 waste paper. Alright, so okay, let's pause on that and let's talk about what we've done so far here. And while I do so, there's a plan. I need to find a very small habitat. I like this. Arrow signs and wooden paths. Is it 3 wooden paths? Yes. I have those materials. fact, I think I have the wooden paths in my inventory already. No, I do not. That's fine. They're in my little storage area here. We're getting back on track here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we'll make 3 road signs. Actually, I might not have the road sign recipe yet. I don't have the road sign recipe. Okay. Plan failed. Plan failed. That's another sound clip I need to capture at some point. To the recipes. Bench, resting spot. Flowery table is not bad. Picnic set is too expensive. I'm looking for something that's not a natural environment. These are all the Eevee cakes. I guess the flowery table is fine. Seat, table, vase. Bench with greenery. Bench and 2 hedges. I really wanted to do the road sign. That's so annoying. Park bench and trash can. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. Changing area. Packed up. Cash register. Oh, this one's easy. Yeah, this... Oh, except I don't think I have offering dish as a recipe, because that's what's right in front of Moslax. All these require water. Trust the plan. Trust the plan. We're getting somewhere. Chirping recital. Okay, this would actually be incredibly funny. This would actually be so incredibly funny. Hang on. Wait a second. Can I make more microphones? Wait, hold on. This would be absolutely hilarious. I can make perch. Can I make standing microphone? Come on, game. Just let me have a little fun. Oh, come on! I'm missing everything. Fine. Do I have stylish hedges? Trust. Trust the process. Okay, the microphone would have been so unbelievably funny. It really makes me sad. Table, birdhouse, and plated food is kind of funny. It's not as funny. It's not as funny, but it's kind of funny. Fine. I really wanted the recital. It's American. Okay, you know what? This is my new life goal. Is we're gonna get 3 microphones for currently unspecified purposes, and we are going to make It's fine. It's fine. Man, I really wanted that I really wanted the microphones. This is really so depressing. See, I could have bought birdhouses. I could have bought more fishing rods, which would have been useful. Fresh water, mini floodgates, which I haven't played around with at all, and tripod. In fact, I think there was a microphone here, and I think I bought it, which, fine. Fine, whatever. Okay, so, anyway, what are we doing with Pallet Town? We built these 3 absolutely huge places so that we could summon your pals and mine, the legendary birds. Articuno, I can't fly yet, so I need you to come back down here, please. And Articuno is currently making that sign because Articuno is homeless. Now, you might recall, we actually first explored Pallet Town. There's the second one. And we're going to head over in that direction. No! Got it. Got it. So, when you make these giant constructions, you go inside, and you find your friends and mine, the legendary birds. But what you don't get is a habitat for them. So unless you make them a habitat, I wonder what kind of water this is. Probably just fresh water, but it has kind of a tint to it, doesn't it? Unless you make them a habitat, they, you know, you're not always going to get them to spawn. Let me out! Let me out! Here we go. Articuno. And you can see I did put a track leading from my production area to those unoccupied beach huts out there. I really like those. Look at this. Just, you know, a row of lonely beach huts. Nobody lives out there. It's just a little bit of a panorama. Very unique to my world. Something I came up with when I was first drafting my design for how I was going to lay out. Got it. Okay, is it funny making Articuno live in a tiny birdhouse? Yes. Would it have been way more funny making Articuno sing for American Idol? Also yes. Okay, bird number 1, satisfied. Now, let's talk about whether... Okay, so again, we talked when we had our Pallet Town stream about how we're turning this into Legendary Island from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. This is how we do it. So in Mystery Dungeon, you come in and you have the panorama. In front of you is the Ice Island. It's actually looking a little far right here. I can probably do some... Maybe I'll find some like snowy blocks or something and put them on there. To the left, the fiery volcano mountain, which we haven't been inside yet. And then to the right, as we can see, just about ready to complete, is the mysterious Thunder Shrine. So let's take a look. So we did Articuno. Next up, let's carefully approach the ancient fiery shrine and get our second bird. You can hear the SFX, the sound effects of these torches, all the fire. We got some lava bricks we had to collect from inside the volcano. We only died 15 times. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. Moltres is very southern. A little eating, a little sleeping, a little running, and before you know it, the day is done. All right, so now we climb the volcano. Moltres can just freaking fly everywhere. You're not quite as lucky. Looks like I'm going to have to use your favorite block and mine. Well, I was going to say volcanic ash, but actually it seems to be missing. That! Let's try that again. I literally, I have never in my life been more motivated by something than I am to make the birds, the legendary birds, do American Idol. It's actually crazy. But that's okay. We're just going to squeeze you into a birdhouse right now. And obviously, Moltres wants a spicy carrot. I see so many fun and exciting things when I'm out exploring with you, Ditto. Alrighty, so that's going to be my new home then. Oh, you made this home? Well, then I suppose it'd be rude of me not to live here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Where'd the sun go? Where'd the rising sun go? That was a really cool panorama. There it is. Watch me literally fall off the edge of this while I'm trying to get this shot. I don't think I'm going to succeed. Cool. So now, well, first of all, I should remove the offending limestone. Actually, I guess I can leave it. It's a volcano. Okay, so what did we come over here for, actually? It was to head out here. I don't need more iron ore. Iron is now a permanent resource for us, I think. There, that, right there. That looks like what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have Articuno, we've got Moltres, and next up, such cool environments. Last but not at all least, because it's actually by far the most competitively viable of them. Ah! I fell. What? What's happening? Place a Joy-Con with its colored side down on a desk or flat surface to enable mouse controls. While using mouse controls, you can spit out items where you place the mouse cursor. You can also use the cursor to target specific blocks to break with Rock Smash. Oh my gosh. You can also use mouse controls with either a Joy-Con 2 or right or left. With a right, you can spit out items with R and use Rock Smash with ZR. With a left, you can spit out items with L. The original button assignments will be swapped out. Okay, I don't know why it suddenly decided to give me that tooltip. Oh, this is still not done? What's happening over there? I think I hear the cat getting into something, but I can't see what, which means, of course, it's totally fine. Alright, well, we're already time traveled anyway, so let's go ahead and finish this, and then, like I said, once we're done with that, we'll de-time travel, and we'll do whatever. Now, the problem with that is it's going to put me to sleep and wake me back up. Oops. I just wanted to American Idol. Was that too much to ask? There it is. Abandoned power plant has been built. Hey! Whoa! What's that? Who have we got? Oh, I know who it is. Where's Garbodor? Okay, Garbodor, you're up. I would like you to make me some paper, please. Oh, it's Doshbun. I forgot about you. Okay, in fairness, Pokemon that I would eat, pretty high on the list, Doshbun. Well, before we were rudely interrupted by a temporal spatial anomaly, we were working on finishing up the abandoned island. We've given tiny birdhouses to Articuno and Tumult. Okay, objectively, the birdhouses are pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious, but they just don't hold a candle to the idea of American Idol, especially if the legendary birds can actually use that perch item that we were talking about, which, who knows. Also, clearing out the land for these 3 templates was insanity. It took me like 18 vegan beefsteaks. Massive building. Oh, and it's crackling with electricity. It's also crackling with all of the blocks that I displaced while I was building it. Kind of weird that it's got this moat around it. I think that the I'm sorry, Zapdos. Please don't smite me. I didn't mean to make your home so messy. Actually, this field grass and cliff rock is just an offering to you. Can't you see? Here. I won't even speak to you. Let me just go over here. I'm fixing it, I swear. Please don't electrocute me, Your Highness, Your Greatness, your electrical majesty. May I steal your printer and your humidifier? And your computer? Wait. Office locker! Okay, don't smite me. I just needed that for research purposes. Guys. Alright, first of all. While it did take forever to excavate this, luckily... Yeah, see, even Noctowl approves of my current efforts. Why it made me excavate the border here just to fill it back in, but that's fine. Luckily, the overall perimeter is not very long. The problem was just that cliff soil, which was really, really hard to break. Larvitar and Noctowl don't actually live here. They were just Pokemon who have the Crush and Fly abilities that were small enough to pass through my little tunnel. Oops. It's fine. All right. Alright, that's more or less fine. Now let's go make the birdhouse for Zapdos. Did I ever climb this mountain? The Pallet Town episode? Yeah, I must have, because I got the recipe up there. Alright. Cowabunga! Alright, Zapdos. We're gonna hide your birdhouse right here behind this neon smokestack. And Zapdos, you can have some cave mushrooms. Guess what? I've got good news for you. Alright, where's the bird? Looks like it might have been right there. Oh, it's right in front. I'm wondering if perhaps the birds have to spawn like within a certain radius of you, which would be super nice. Also, it's only been Ho-Oh for like so long now. I never get Lugia anymore. Look at this, because they're in my inventory. Yeah, look, 19 to 13. Okay, that's not quite the disparity that I thought it was, but it's still kind of a disparity. Yeah, somehow this one doesn't bother me quite as much as the other one did. Okay. I wonder if we still have Dash Bun following us. I think the answer is no. So let's go ahead and return to a safe place. Which should reset the Pokemon spawns, maybe? Question mark? There we go. There's our piles of paper. So that'll take us back to the team initiation quest. Just to be sure. Yeah, Fido was definitely over there in that other area. So, we've got our paper. The team initiation quest. We've got a bit of raw materials. Let's go to Rocky Ridges and pop them down. Let me grab a bit of water while this is loading. Copper. Oh, we got a fresh spawn. After all this time, one of these red grasses that we made for someone to move into is going to give us one of the last Pokemon. Hey, it's Machamp! It's the big boy himself. Muscles are life, Machamp. Muscles are life. We're actually completely out of copper because iron ore has now become a renewable resource, but copper ore is not. So we're going to go gather just a little bit of copper so we can finish up that Wigglytuff habitat. that. Oh, wow. The zone is like, hey, I know you've been gathering a lot of iron ore, but could you maybe get some copper? Now we set back. No, wait. Yes. Not quite the ore I wanted, guys, but I'll take it. Where are all my fire types? So now I've got too many Pokemon around here, so... Also, let's take that office locker that we definitely didn't liberate from Zapdos. And that should get us Cinder Ace eventually. Marsh fishing spot. Muddy water and fishing rods. Okay, so... Ooh, okay, Clodsire, Grimer, and Buck. So that's going to be pretty easy. Still waiting on Arcanine back there. That's going to be pretty easy to do, because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab that fishing rod that we noticed was available in the PC. So much money. Fireworks. Fire hydrant recipe, that's kind of cool. Fishing rod. Alright, that was a good guess that Score Bunny might be over here. Still waiting on Larvitar there. At least I think that's Larvitar. Guys. Here we go. You. How about you, Torkoal? Thank you. Copper ingots out of our storage. Oh, you know what? I guess we already deposited them. So let's double check on how many we deposited. 2 out of 10. All right, Grimer and Muck, which I actually really want because I want to replace... Eventually, I want to replace Garbodor in my pallet town with a Muck. Again, I always leave the house before I can actually read what this message is saying. Kitty sighting. Here, I'll flip over so we can see it. Look. Nope, Kitty's gone. I was too slow. Okay, it was not a Marsh Tom sighting. It was not a, what's it called, sighting. But let's go ahead and put our fishing rod down. That was it. I probably need a log table, don't I? I'm just gonna guess I need a log table. Ooh, squishy clay. Nope, that's not it. Muddy water, fishing rod, and seed. Well, at least I got it. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and make sure we still have this habitat here as well. Next question. So, Whooper drops squishy clay. Yes, I can. Crap. Where is Whooper? I mean, crud. I mean, heck. Whooper, I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean to make you homeless. Oh no, I'm never gonna find Whooper again. Anyway, so Whooper drops squishy clay, and I don't currently have a squishy clay farm Pokemon. Which is kind of a problem. But I just made Whooper homeless, which means it's going to be a bit harder to find them. Okay, we're going to talk about these Someone journals when at the start of the Skylands, so I'm actually going to flip away for a second while I read this. I don't have this item. I love my Magby statue. I think I already have a cell phone. Yeah, for 200, I'll get another one. Guys, imagine if you could get a cell phone for 4 tomatoes. In fact, apparently that was my first cell phone. No, I'm not paying 2. I've already got a Magby statue. I don't need that much. I'll trade a renewable resource for that Pokemetal, though. Because I probably have, like, a stack of something or other. Again, blocks are renewable resources, so I don't really need to hold on to them. Okay. You can see I'm pretty complete as far as the Pokédex here. This habitat is made. This habitat we just made. This habitat is made. These are made. And that's made. This one, I still don't have those slender candles, the creepy candles. I've yet to see creepy candles anywhere, but that's fine. Whooper. Alright, did that spawn me? Let's see. Electrode. There they are. Where's like, where did my home go? Whooper, you don't have a home. You're saying all the... Oh. So Whooper auto-assigned to that home. That's fine. Let's go drop Whooper off. Wait, why did I come here? I came to Bleak Beach for a reason. Oh yeah, it was just to make the habitat, so... again, every single time I get that notification and I just forget to actually read what it says, which is not great of me. Okay. I think, let's see how many workstations are unoccupied, because that'll tell us how many litter Pokemon I still need. There's one. They're all occupied except this one. So is this my last litter Pokemon? Might be. And eventually I want to swap... Actually, I really like this Weaver. Maybe I won't swap him out. Alright, we really need to work on that farm back there. It's not the right answer. Okay, back to the team initiation challenge. And this is very like me to kind of do everything I can do in a game, besides collectibles, to do everything I can do as side quests in a game before going and finishing the story. Which is why we've been looking at those legendary bird habitats and a few other things. There's Caesar. Oh no! Okay. So I can't make concrete yet. And 20 gold ingots? Are you out of your mind? Also 40 bricks? Well, it's a good thing we put Wooper over there, because bricks has been the single hardest renewable resource for us to get, because we didn't have a Pokemon that littered clay. But now we do, because we put Wooper over there. Gosh, that's a lot of gold. Ugh. Okay. So, I think that's about it. Again, I think Pichu won't follow us yet, but we can try. I really like Mawile. It's too bad I can't take Mawile with me to the island. All it does is trade. Yeah, see, Pichu does not want to leave yet. So, we've been going for 2 hours, and at this point, the very next thing for us to do is to go ahead and check out the Sparkling Skylands. It's just one problem. So far, it's been taking us about 5 hours, maybe 4 hours if you count time spent, you know, faffing around at the beginning of the stream to get through a zone. And this is the last zone. So I think I have a really hard choice to make in front of me here. Once those guys finish those copper ingots, we'll be ready to make Wigglytuff's statue, and we'll call it there for the day. So yeah, I would love, 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 love. See, this is the American Idol perch right here. See, I've got one microphone, and I think I've got another over that way, but I would need 3 of them. Plus, Honchcrow lives here, and somebody else lives over there. So, but okay, for science, I just want to know if the legendary birds will sit on this platform and sing American Idol, because I think that would be the single funniest thing I could possibly imagine, and I will devote endless resources to figuring out if it works. So, I'm just stalling now. Yeah, so I'm gonna make the extremely difficult choice to wrench myself away from Pokopia for the night, and I'm gonna come in fresh tomorrow, and we're just gonna be able to jump right into Skylands. So let's go ahead and rename this. 3 altars of Pallet Town. How about that? And I'll have to wait until I conclude the stream to rename it. YouTube, I think. Ugh. I'm like, I want to do it. I definitely want to do it, but I'm like, I don't have a death wish, and I just don't know that I can do another 2 a.m. Eastern night when I can just as easily take this time right now, do a little bit of the offline Pokemon that I would do normally on a Thursday for like easily an hour, maybe clean up my place a little bit, and then just come in fresh tomorrow after work or after happy hour or something, and we'll knock out Skylands together. Come on, Torkoal. I'm running out of stalling comments here. There we go. Alright, at least when I log on tomorrow, I'll be able to get rid of these off. Now, one last thing that I'm not sure if I actually did here was, did I go to a Dream Island today? Also, do Clefairy and Arcanine have the same Dream Island? Let's see. Because I was pretty unimpressed with the Dream Island. Let's see. So for Clefairy, we get this one. So I've been to a Rock Peak Dream Island. What does Arcanine give us? Volcanic Dream Island, and here I can mine iron ore, squishy gold ore, and that special rock. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess we need gold ore, because copper ore is not that hard to mine, but gold ore is kind of a big deal. How much did I need for the team initiation challenge? Anyway, guys, I guess we can show this Dream Island, and then once I get there, we'll pull it for the stream. So what we're looking at here is, again, the team initiation challenge. And while I can't make the concrete, I can make bricks, and gold ingots. Okay, so bricks, we have a farm for this. We got Wooper. Wooper is making clay. Flareon will make that clay into bricks. So it's just gold ingots. And right now I've only got, is it 1 of them? I've got 2 of them. So we need 18 more gold ingots, or 18 more gold nuggets, which means we need to go to this volcanic island for the team initiation challenge. So let's take a look at this. That's fine. stepping foot for the first time on the volcanic island. Wow. Very volcanic. Love the song. Ooh, I love being able to farm rails here. That would have come in handy a while ago. You don't understand, I mined so much iron to get all the rails for what we did back there. It was crazy. I really like the Pokopia remixes of all these Gen 1 songs. Okay, here we go. Oh, the ore is up top. What's that about? Oh my gosh. Also, I had to mine 50 of this lava for the Moltres Shrine, and I was doing it in the volcano. Oh, I actually need that sprinkler. I was doing it in the volcano at peril of life and limb. Oh, I needed a first aid kit for ages. Okay, so let's see how much gold ore we're actually going to get with this. There's 4. 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is a pretty good haul, huh? 10, 11. And I guess in theory I could mine some of this stuff so that I could repair the museum. I really love the space area. You can also mine glass here on this island. This is a good island. I like this island. Oh, yeah. Here's a cave. Oh my gosh. Gold mother lode. Well, I guess we're going to get all the gold we need here, so this is great. We can drop this right off in. This is crazy that gold is like this. Right, but I do need to eat food to mine this rock, so luckily I've got lots of vegan hamburgers. Well, that's 69 gold already. So, that's kind of crazy. Absolutely crazy. Good to know that this island just is absolutely spam-alicious. And for the glowing stone. And for iron. You can quote me on that. Absolutely spam-alicious. Oh, you have something else down here too. Maybe? Question mark. I mean, like, I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, leave no gold behind. On the other hand, I'm like, hey, Gladion. Oh, this is going to be a cool outfit. Oh, no, it's a hairstyle. It is Gladion's hairstyle. I mean, that's kind of cool. But I like seeing my little wingtails go as I go around. Yeah, I like this one. Okay. I think that was more or less what we're going to get out of this one. All the gold we ever needed, so we'll get that started with Torkoal and Scorbunny. Fastest 69 gold ever. Huh, I kind of thought we would get some rewards for that. Okay, we got close. 2 more iron ore completes challenge number 8 here. Running low on fossils because I haven't gotten that many relics throughout the game. Give me a relic, Cleffa. I don't want your seeds. I mean, actually, I might, because I actually do need to plant that flower. That's kind of funny. I need to plant a lot of that flower. Scorbunny, would you take care of this for me? Instead of playing with the Arcanine toll? You just gotta sit here and look at it, and they go, okay, I guess that's fine. Get Cargold as well. All these Pokemon really like to squeeze into that little slot right there, but it's very inconvenient, because I can't get them back out. Oh, I guess they can come back out. Nope, wrong button. This one. Alright, guys. Well, it's literally like tearing an IV out of my arm here, but I'm gonna call it. See? Ho-Oh. It's always Ho-Oh these days. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. The IV is back in. The IV is back in. Because you know what I just remembered? You know what I just remembered? We got the recipe for a clear bill. on earth did I get a fire hydrant recipe? I could have sworn we got a recipe for a clear bell. There it is. Rare Poke Metal for a tidal bell. Alright, that's easy enough. We've got plenty of rare Poke Metal. You know what? You know what? You know what? Guys. This is about to be insanity. Got it. Just yoinks. Just yoinks that microphone. Jigglypuff, Igglybuff, and I've already maxed the Flower Garden stage, so we can just put Wigglytuff right in here. No, not that one. This one. Here's that other sprinkler. Recipe for a step stool. Actually, we could have used that a little while ago. There was a Pokemon who needed some decoration where there were only 4 possible options, and one of them was a step stool. So, also, I'm taking this mat back from Jigglypuff. Everybody's happy enough now. Actually, that's a good note. Well, I'll be back here, but I should really be taking as much as I can over to Pallet Town again, because now that I'm kind of quote-unquote finished with this zone, we should clear this out. At least of the more useful things. That. I mean, I'm eventually going to get all of it, but right now, just some of the key stuff. That's fine. I'll be back. All right. Clear bell. Okay, that time. Hey, Umbreon. See, I said Umbreon loves the. Here, you can come with me. And Gimme Ghoul, we're gonna need you too. So I literally have no idea how this is going to work, so let's find out together, huh? Title bell, it's a toy. Well, I mean, I guess we did all this work to make this space down here. We might as well use it, right? Also, it's nice that we had enough Lugia feathers. Actually, what? Wait. How many feathers did that take? Can I look at this like so? Wow, I'm missing so many recipes. This is crazy. It took 5 silver feathers. So we can make heck of title bells. Here, gimme ghoul. I brought you something cool. Silver feathers. I don't think I really wanted that, but that's fine. I'm gonna need to empty my inventory before I do too much of that. Okay, gimme ghoul. We'll talk later. First, do I have a pedestal in my inventory? I do. What? Ah. So I need to wait until I find Lugia again. Which, as we've said, we pretty much have all Ho-Oh all the time right now. But when we do see Lugia again, we can bring that back. Next question. Can I get Flareon? If I stare at this, will Flareon... Yes, it will. Okay, that's great. So Flareon's going to start working on the... Yep, perfect. That's just what I want. So Flareon's working on bricks. We have gold ore cooking in the bricky ridges. And now the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take all my silver fellers. Thanks, Vile. I really wanted that sturdy stick. Come here. And we'll go ahead and use our silver feathers. Let's see if we can get anything useful. I don't want a berry bed. What kind of items? So I have a vague understanding of how Vespiquen works, where it gives you patterns and you show them to Smeargle. And I'm kind of keeping track of the patterns that I've got in that in those 2 chests right there, which is where Vespiquen and Smeargle live together. I don't want these berry items. I mean, I guess actually maybe I do, because I know there's a super special secret squirrel habitat that you can make. But I don't want music pads. Okay, gimme gold. I want fossils. Gimme fossils, bro. So, okay. It looks like Gimme Ghoul is pulling from the rare furniture collections and the music mats. strange strings, armor fragments, antique items, cute items, berry items, pop art items, Pokeball items, luxury items, which you've already collected, antique items, gamer items, the 4 rocks, Pokeball light, music mats, ditto rugs. So honestly, I can't really say that Gimme Ghoul is going to give me anything particularly excellent, but we'll still go ahead and offload these silver feathers. I think what we really need is a berry table, and then we can make the crazy berry environment. The berry crazy environment. How many feathers does I call left? 2. Okay, I really didn't need any of that, but that's fine. And again, just for point of argument, let's go over here and I'll show. If you go to the PC and you get your overall level, so again, here it shows 10, but my overall level is actually 40. And the higher up you get there, I already bought all the recipes for the cute items. I bought the recipes for the luxury items, except for this luxury lamp. And then there's the Pokeball items. And I bought the recipes for the antique items. So presumably, if I get far enough, I'll get the recipes for the berry items as well. Here's the industrial set. So basically, you get all these sets, the more things you unlock. And like, as much as I love unlocking recipes, I mean, I'm just kind of waiting until the end of the game. I did get a big chunk of change for building those 3 altars. Let's see. Berry bed, chair, hanging lamp, table, which requires 2 copper ingots, wall decoration, and table lamp. So I just have 2 berry items left to make. I need to bring 3 copper ingots back here, and then I can make whatever this berry place is. This one, I still haven't found a chesto berry, or a chesto berry tree. Actually, have I? Let's check if I have the tree seeds, because if I have, I should plant them. And that's another rare environment I can finish. I do have chesto seeds. Alright. Just for the sake of argument. If I had a berry table already, it would be in here. No, I don't. Yeah. So, I mean, that's fine. 3 copper ingots is not that hard. So eventually our tree farm's going to be back there. So for right now, let's go ahead and just place this here. That was a leopard tree. And let's go get Leafeon to just get that going. Alright, well, everybody's working on what they need to work on. Pretty much the only other thing I would do is if I just left this running until Lugia would show up, but we'll know. Perfect. And I got a daily for that, too. Man, that Arcanine doll, that was incredible. That was so good. Well, guys, I really think, again, unless I want to stay up till 2 or 3 a.m., which I've had enough of that over the last 2 weeks, so we'll come in fresh and shiny tomorrow, and we will totally go handle the Sparkling Skylands. But for now, time to rip out the IV, and I'll say once again, the American Idol quest will continue soon.